Hello, and welcome to the videos for lessons 3.1 and 3.2 from Mr. Levine's geometry class. Now, looking at my last video, I could see that there was 1 like and 0 dislikes, which just confirms what I already knew, which is you can't dislike a video by Mr. Levine. This is going to continue with that trend of a video you're going to like. So what you need is your notes, a compass, a straight edge, and a writing utensil. If you don't have a compass, you want to get one in the next couple of days because it's going to help a lot throughout this whole chapter. What you do is you're going to write down throughout this video what I tell you to write down, and if I just am talking, then you just listen. So pause this if you need to go get your notebook, your compass, and your straight edge. And once you have unpaused it, I want you to write down your notebook 3.1, duplicating segments and angles. Now, the main thing here, and you don't need to write any of this down, is the difference between a sketch, a drawing, and construction. Sketch is freehand. A lot of you are very good at that. We're not going to be doing any of that. Drawing is using a protractor to measure angles and a ruler to measure sides. It gets way more exact than sketching, but it's not as exact as what we want to do with constructions. And a construction is going to be something that you use a compass and a straight edge to use. So here's our first notes. Do not write down anything about sketch or drawing. I've gone over that. We're not going to be doing that. We're going to be doing constructing, and that's what I want you to write down. Constructions use only a compass and a straight edge. And I want you to write down duplicate, which is to copy using construction tools. Those include, like I said, a compass and a straight edge, but also patty paper and Mira, which is what we used last class to do similar stuff to what we're doing today, which is duplicating objects, duplicating angles, duplicating segments, reflecting those things. But we're not going to be using a Mira or patty paper today. Once you get that down, we're going to start with duplicating a segment. And to duplicate a segment, you first are going to draw a segment or a ray. And you can see at the bottom of this page I have a black line segment. Then you're going to use your compass, and you're going to actually use the compass to measure the line segment you want to duplicate, which in this case is AB. And you can see on the screen I've measured AB with put my point of the compass on A and my pencil on B. It is measured. I bring it down and I put it on the very end of the segment or the ray. And then I'm going to draw a little mark. That has now duplicated segment AB. So I have a point on each end, and I can label them CD or whatever you want, but you don't want to label them AB because you're duplicating it. So I label it CD, which is the exact same as AB. That is how you duplicate a line segment. So I want you to try duplicating on your own. So if you want to pause this video again and duplicate AB here. So you're going to draw your own AB since you'll have your own piece of paper. But after you're done pausing, you can come and I will show you how I do it, which is I measure AB using my compass. I bring it down to the ray I have already drawn, and then I make a little mark. Once I make that mark, I come back with the edge of the compass, and I make another mark. In my final one, I come to that edge with the compass, my final mark, and I have tripled, which is what I'm trying to do, construct 3AB. I've tripled AB by making 3 different marks with my compass. If you need to go back, rewind, and see what I did, please feel free to do so. The last thing we'll do in this video is duplicating an angle. And you can see again at the bottom of the screen, down here, I've drawn another line segment. Now the first thing you do is you are just going to draw anywhere you want inside of the points of this angle a little arc. And I draw that arc and I don't move my compass. I put my compass down at the end of the line segment, and I'm going to draw that same arc. You can see I'd rather go too big than too small. Like I say, you need to go big or you need to go home, but since you're already home, just go big. Then you're going to come back to this top, and you're going to measure the distance between the line segment where it intersects the actual angle. You can see where I'm measuring it, and once you get that, you now have all the measurements you need. You have the arc at the bottom. You want this measurement to get the second arc, You can see I moved it a little bit. I shouldn't have moved it. I was trying to grab the other spot. And once you make it the second arc, that intersection point is where you're going to draw a line segment or a ray to connect these to duplicate that angle. And once you draw it through, that is a duplication of the angle. Okay? So I want you to do that. The last thing we'll do on this video before you need to go watch 3.2 is you need to duplicate CAT. So if you want to pause this video and try it on your own, you can. And once you're ready, I'll show you how I do it. Which again, it can be any arc. It's not a specific measure. I'm just picking a random spot and I'm drawing an arc. Then from there, I'm taking that same distance on the compass. I'm not changing the compass. And I'm drawing an arc on the line segment or the ray I drew at the bottom. And again, go big or go home, because this looks like it's an obtuse angle. So you want to make sure the arc has gone far enough. Now I measure the distance from the intersection of the arc on one part of the angle to the intersection of the arc on the other part of the angle. And once I get that distance, looks like I got it. Come back, I put my point of the compass on the intersection of the arc and the line segment, because that's where I started measuring from. And then I draw my other arc. And that intersection point is again going to be where our line is. So if I take a straight edge and I connect that, I have a duplication of the angle, which is really interesting, really cool, and something that you can now construct an angle given an angle and a segment given a segment. Hope you enjoyed this video, and move on to 3.2 please. Thank you.